Steph Finesse. So
What's
how
up,
important was it for you to end your career as a Buffalo Bill?
To me, my family, my support system, my agent, it was something that we talked about, prior to me even coming here. I felt like my next spot was my last spot. I wanted it to be my home, and I didn't want to ever go anywhere. So anticipating that, it was important to me, especially the first year and the second year. You just felt like you kind of like built in that family, and it's hard to do that when you have a job and it's try to stay professional. But you get those relationships like the one I had with Josh and the other guys on the team. It's just like, all right, damn, it started feeling a lot like home. You don't want to leave it. So to be somewhat engraved for a good period of time, I'm forever appreciated.
Steph, you mentioned that you wanted, no matter where it was, to be your next stop, last stop. But what was it about Buffalo that really, cemented that?
It was for me. It was more that family oriented, just from the top to the bottom. Kim and Terry, and then like the coaching staff and how they're brought up, how we're developed, how our conversations are, and the relationships that I built in such a short span of time. Like, prior to this, I feel like we cheated a little bit because we had that COVID year, and we had no choice but to be around the team, and I felt like it benefited me in a way. I built relationships with guys that you typically don't build on football teams. Yeah, you're cool with a guy or like y'all friends, but you kind of built that family because you with them every day, and that's the only people you see on a consistent basis. So for me, spending that time, I feel like God, that was a sign from God. He putting me at the right place at the right time, and it all worked out.
What's the feedback been like from teammates so far?
Yeah, you get a lot of text messages, and I got text messages from guys across the league as far as being in the AFC and playing with the Bills, and I was like, it's crazy because when I first got traded to Buffalo, besides the Mafia and the people who are fans of Buffalo, not too many people thought it was going to work out. A lot of people were like this, well, the Bills, da-da-da-da-da. And 2 years from now I can smile and say, God works in mysterious ways, and I'm with my family, I'm with the right people, and I got the right support system.
So, how do you take your strengths and, make them stronger as being consistent as a wide receiver going forward now?
I'm not going. They say if it's not broke, don't fix. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. So we on to a good little roll as far as like the first 2 years. I kind of want to hone in and spend a little bit more time with Josh. We spend a lot of time, and yes, that is one of my best friends. But I feel like we got a lot more work to do. 2 years is not 6 years or 5 years. So as far as like scratching that potential and building that relationship, quarterback or receiver, I feel like it came so natural to us, but it's so much more out there. So for me, keep building that relationship and that chemistry with my quarterback, and continue to be a leader. Continue to be a leader on this football field and on this team. I was so happy. That was one of my goals, is to be a captain in my second year. I wanted it my first year so bad, but my second year I wanted it to be like, I'm a leader on this team, and I want to continue to lead this team the right way. Doing the right things. The way that Coach McDermott and everybody it kind of sounds like what does they say, cliche, but it's something that I live by. I live by hard work, and I live by scratching your potential, or scratching the surface of your potential comes from everyday commitment, and that's something I'm trying to do.
Stefon, your thoughts on Ken Dorsey now as your offensive coordinator, and any conversations you had with him?
Yeah, we've talked a couple of times, especially because it's off season. Everybody has their downtime, but a lot of those guys spend their times here is their downtime. But we've spoken a couple of times, and it's that's when I say that family thing. It's not the same, because in other places you might not have necessarily a relationship with your quarterback coach because he's not your specific coach. But here, I talk to Dorsey every morning. We crack a joke every morning. That was before he became the OC. So, and I had that relationship throughout the season of him kind of being that middleman between me and Josh as well. Like, as far as like with certain things that I like, and I can tell Josh, but it kind of got to circle around in that coaching room as well. So I kind of somewhat built a relationship with Dorsey there, and it kind of just was some rollover with him becoming the OC. I'm like, damn, I didn't break a sweat at all. I got 100% confidence in Dorsey, and we kind of like, when I was like having conversations with him in the season, as far as like with plays and routes that I like, and he was like this, well, we could do it this way, we could do it that way, and just having that creative offensive mind, it got me excited.
Have you had any conversations with Joe Brady, because a couple of years ago you worked with a couple of really good wide receivers, and now it's you?
Not too many actually, but hopefully coming soon.
Steph, you said a little bit earlier that when you got traded here, not a lot of people thought it was going to work out. So obviously,
majority.
Okay, so the majority of people didn't think it was going to work out. So now we're sitting here. Is there any one thing that surprised you about how well it did work out, whether that be on the field or off the field?
No, because when I anticipated coming here, I knew Josh Allen was a good quarterback. I watched him beat us like 30 something, and we had 0 points, and he was just balling crazy. So I had confidence in Josh, and I was like, I don't really know what y'all are talking about, like saying anything other than he's a good quarterback, and then just the team and how they were and how they were built as far as like the group of guys that they had, the guys that I knew personally. I might not have spoke to them all the time, but I knew they had a relationship with them. Those are great guys. So going into it, I had the right mindset of saying like, this is a good team, and I want to earn the respect of my teammates and my coaches rather than coming in and I don't know any other way I could have been, but earn the respect of my team, my coaches, and put my best foot forward every day. And you know, I tell the guys, you can ask them, bring your best every day, because I'm gonna bring my best every day.
So what was the timeline from the end of the season to now, putting pen to paper, in terms of your discussions with Brandon, your agents, and things like that to get this deal done?
Well, I didn't have any conversations with him. I was either in Miami working out or in DC working out. So, you know, me and my agent had a light conversation a couple times, and then when the ball kind of started getting rolling, I was like, look, I'm gonna step out of that. That's not really my field of expertise, but I do have a trusted agent in Adisa Bukhari, a guy that, you know, I know will go to bat for me. And, you know, if we were at a bar, I don't know, he might throw a couple punches in a bar fight, but I trust him. I love him. He does a great job. And, you know, this is our second deal that we're working on. So he's done some great work in the past as well. So I had 100% confidence. I kind of like let those things kind of figure themselves out rather than being too much involved, because, you know, it can put a tarnish on a relationship as far as, like, you know how it is. This is a business. So I kind of try to take a step back, but still at the same time educate myself on what's what and what's going on, because as much as I'm in the background, I still pay attention.
What goes through your head when you see, obviously, a lot of wide receivers got big contracts this offseason? As those guys got paid, you know, what's going through your head? Like, what's your...
I mean, you can never say you didn't see it in this day and age of social media. So for me, I've been in the league, it's going on my 8th year. My first contract, I witnessed a lot of guys get paid, you know, and I got paid eventually. I mean, in this game, I feel like I even tell my little brother this. If you're a good player, you're going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? It's more so about timing and when. So I'm not necessarily, I don't count anybody's pockets is what I say. I don't count anybody's pockets. I clap for everybody. You know, I've always clapped for everybody, because at the end of the day, my time always going to come. I don't put a time limit on what I have on my blessings, because, you know, it's God's timing. As far as like with everybody else, their time, you got to clap for them. You know, there was some hardworking men, and they earned every dollar. So I kind of look at it as, you know, I clap for others. You know, when my time comes, I'll be there.
And how good when you found out this was done? You know, what was your first... What goes through your mind in that moment?
I don't know. I mean, this one was a little different from my first one, because your first one is, I mean, I guess it's like, I can't compare it to my baby over there, my child, but I can compare it to just a feeling of, you know, I guess gratitude, you know, just being thankful. But at the same time, I never really patted myself on the back, you know, just because I wanted to get back to work. I wanted to prove why I got paid the first time. And this time I'm on a like another track of, I want to prove it all over again. You know what I'm saying? I want to prove that, you know what I'm saying, I'm one of the best receivers in the league. I'm a part of one of the best teams in the league, and I'm chasing. I'm back chasing again. I love to chase, though, because, you know, it gives you something to look forward to or work for each and every day.
Going back to, you know, being a leader, how impressed were you about these new acquisitions, and how would that elevate you as becoming a leader?
Just for me, I feel like they make all the right decisions. I feel like all the choices that they make, they bring the right guys in. They put the right people in positions of power. You know, that's why I said when Dorsey got the job, I was like, we back to work. Let's go, Dorsey. And then with the signing of Von Miller, one of the, you know, best DNs in the game. You know, we know what he can do. We've seen his success. Shaq Lawson is back, a guy that was, you know, one of the dogs on his team. Before I got here, you know, I had a little bit of a relationship with him, and I was happy to see him come back. Just as far as like acquiring the right pieces, you know, they're trusted. They've done it. You know, I guess I would say I'm a little bit of a prime example, but they bring the right guys in, and our defense was T-first in the majority of the categories last year. So every year is a new year, and I see us doing nothing but trying to get better.
You mentioned that.
This is a long-term deal. You talk about, wanting to retire here. How do you see your role maybe changing and adjusting as you go into, what's going to end up being the part of your career where you're 30 and beyond?
Yeah, that's gonna be a while from now, But they say I'm 28 right now, and they say your prime years are 28, 29, 30, and 31. So when I turn 31, we'll have another conversation.
You mentioned a little bit at the start, like developing and maybe evolving that relationship with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
What goes into that? Is that off-season stuff? Can that happen in season 2? Any different things that you guys can do to take it to the next level?
I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is what got us to this point was work ethic and, having that sincere and genuine and that real relationship. Not the one that you see on TV, the one that, you really got somebody's back in. And when you come into work and you can tell something's wrong with somebody. Like if he sees me actually quiet, he'll be like this, "You good?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." Like he's like this, "Well, you're not really talking today." I'm like this, "It's just a day of quietness, But just keep nurturing that relationship, keep building it, and quarterback and receiver, that's one of the best relationships you can have. Just gotta keep them in the right state of mind, and keep chopping at that wood each and every day.
What did you tell him, and what was that like about your extension?
Well, I think he probably knew before I knew. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably got the word. Him and my agent probably knew, but he shot me a text, and I was I was already happy. But when he shot me my text, he was like, "Is you good?" I was like, "This, I'm great. We're gonna have this good thing for a while now. Don't ruin it." I told him, "Don't ruin it."
You're quite the cryptologist.
Yeah, what that mean?
The cryptologist, with these cryptic tweets.
Oh, y'all like Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. But anywhere in your crypto world, and was there an Isaiah McKenzie bonus?
Yeah, he owes me like 200,000. Yeah, but I didn't get it. So, but for the I guess for the cryptic world, stay off Instagram and Twitter, man. It's a dangerous place, man. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
How good can Gabriel Davis be, Stefon? Obviously, after the game last year in Kansas City, we all saw what he could do, but you were with him every day.
I won't put a ceiling on Gabriel Davis. I can't say how good he can be because he's already displayed that he can play. Flat out, he can play. He can make plays at a high level. He can catch contested balls. He's a big receiver. He can run. So he has all the intangibles of being one of the best receivers in this game. So I won't put a ceiling on him, just like I won't put on no guy. But that's a guy I see every day. He works hard. He keeps his nose clean. He's smart, and he's a good guy to be around. So no ceiling for G baby over there. But if I find a ceiling for him, I'll let you know.
Can you take us through your pitch to bring Von Miller in here? You mentioned you were one of the guys in his ear.
Yeah, it's crazy because I've been working behind the scenes on that for a little while now. I was actually working on it before he went to L.A. because I felt like he would have been a nice piece for us to have pushing going into the playoffs. And, I guess Denver was trying to deal him at the time. And I was like, he might be that push that we need. And so I started working on it a little bit lightly, but I still had to focus on the season. And it was just crazy how I worked out on the back end. In the back end, he said, because he got me the first time. First time he put his toe in the water, and I was like, "Damn, don't do me like that." But we started having conversations after the season. He was serious about it. I was like, "How serious are you?" Because I had bumped into him in L.A. And I was like, "Well, you know what we got going on. What you see is what you get." I'm saying this is what kind of team this is, and I felt like he would be the right piece. He fit right in, and him signing with us, I feel like he'll definitely help our team.
With all the investment that they've made in your team this year, how much pressure are you guys putting on yourselves as a group, as a locker room?
Money-wise, or what you mean investment?
Like Von signing here is a huge deal across the league, and getting you an extension, and a lot of the other additions along the defensive line, things like that.
I just feel like money is money at the end of the day. You see people get paid each and every day throughout the off season, during the season. You're the player you're going to be. You are who you are. Your team plays you for how you play, not how they think you're going to play, not how they're not taking any educated guesses. So you are the player that you are, and as far as with added pressure, I don't look at it that way. I don't know why. I just look at it as you're a baller, you're going to be a baller.
I meant not as an individual. I meant as
team success. Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of pressure last year. I guess that's just what comes with it. When you have success, people don't want to see you do well. Especially other teams. Nobody wants the guy to win. Nobody wanted the Patriots to win that long. You know what I'm saying? But if you're winning, you got to expect that what comes with it. Take what comes with it. I'd rather take what comes with winning than losing.
Oh, go ahead.
You talked about knowing what to expect when you came here because of Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know what to expect when it came to, you mentioned family and home and all of those things. Did you expect to find that here, or was this just something that was maybe a little bit of a surprise to you?
It was a huge surprise. I was really focused on just like football. I came here one track mind. I came here to work hard. I came here to earn my keep. They gave up a lot for me, so I wanted to not necessarily just prove everybody else right, but prove myself right as well. I believed in myself. I believed that I could do it. I believed I could be wide receiver one. So it wasn't necessarily a gamble because I knew what I could do. But for them, I was just more thankful that they took a chance. They took a real chance, and it wasn't business when I got here. It was like family, and like I didn't feel no pressure. Like when you talk about pressure, I didn't feel any pressure to be anybody but myself. And that's why I feel like I'm such in a great place because, being yourself brings you comfort. It brings you happiness, and I don't have to wake up and say that I'm anybody else. I could just be myself, and they love me up.
Stefon, you were in Minnesota when they opened the new stadium.
Yeah.
The one across the street is supposed to open here in 2026 when you're still under contract.
Still around.
Have you thought yet about what that's going to be like?
It's going to be an experience. The first time I went through it with the new stadium, I got to say I really appreciate it because the first year was outside and it was extremely cold. So coming back to Buffalo kind of brought it back to my rookie year of just being outside. And I don't know, it's like a different type of football, when you're outside and it's cold. And, some people don't really want to be out there. So for me, it kind of came full circle when I came here. I was like this, well, back to old times, just in the grind and, making things work. So being a part of a new stadium, I'm excited, something I look forward to. I was hoping I could interject with some changes, just the dome open, closes a little bit, but we'll take it. We got a quarterback that can make it happen.
When you mentioned your relationship with Ken Dorsey and giving your feedback into the offense, is that similar to what you've had in the past, or is it a higher level of your imprint on this offense?
Nah, it's more similar because I'm not out there calling any plays, but I'm more so just like, hey, coach, I would love or appreciate these couple routes, and they would say, if I give him 5 routes, he'll give me 2 or 3, and it's a great deal for me. So, as a player, you sometimes see things different than coaches, and one thing that I stand behind is with this coaching staff and Coach Dayball, who was prior here, Coach Dorsey, and Coach Chad. Coach Chad has played receiver, so it's easy to have a conversation with Coach Chad. He'll go to bat for you, and I'll just be like this, Coach, like I don't necessarily want to do things like that, and we'll find ways around it. And luckily, I have a quarterback that'll work with me as well. So as far as like, I'm not trying to be too much in the offense, just more so telling them what I like and what I feel comfortable in, and working with that with Josh, because that's all about relationships. You really just making the things work, because they say it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Willie and Joes, I guess.
So what can we expect from Stefon this year, and what's your message for Bills Mafia?
Bills Mafia, I'm not leaving. But other than that, I'm going to be the same guy. I'm excited. We got a new year, a lot in front of us. I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew, but y'all know where everybody knows what I want. Everybody else wants the same thing. And hopefully we can stack some wins to get there. So I'm going to be the same person. I'm consistent. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm a man of integrity. I'm going to continue to be a leader, and I want to win.
It's been a couple months now since the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
We talked so much last offseason about the AFC title game and the What was different this time around? Because the offense, you guys ended on a really high note.
Yeah.
Reflecting back on it, the moments after it, what was it like for you?
I feel like our confidence came from experience. You never seen anybody hang their head. You never saw anything like that. You saw a team, doing the best that they can of battling with each other. And, of course, when you fall short, you can find all the reasons as to why. But on the other note, you can grow from it. You can learn from it. We got some more experience underneath our belt, and moving forward, that only can help you. You never lose, you only learn. That's what they say. So moving forward, I like us. Thank y'all. Thank you. Appreciate you.